Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We're looking at Core Scientific, ticker symbol CORZ. We're looking at the complete chart, the technicals, the buy levels, the sell levels, my thoughts on if I'm bullish on the stock, where my targets are. But please do remember, nothing I say is financial advice. So let's have a look at the chart. Currently we're set at $10. Since the IPO we went downwards and started accumulating. We found our base between $2.60 and $4. And once we broke out of the IPO price, we have been moving to the upside. So let's see exactly how I chart a chart. And what I might mean by that is how I put my trend lines in and make my conclusion. So let's start with putting our horizontal trend line at the IPO price, $6. My another horizontal trend line at the all-time lows, $2.59. A trend line at the all-time highs, $12.28. Any other significant points? For example, $6.71, it bounced off that pretty aggressively. We do have an area where we have a gap in trading between $5 and $6, so we'll put a trend line there. Of course, we've got the accumulation levels where it was bouncing between before it took off, and that was resistance at around $4.10. More recently, we've got more of a trend line to the downside, which we seem to have just broken out of, which is good news. We'll get onto that shortly. And then obviously we had the trend line to the upside, but that doesn't matter anymore. And then let's see if there's any less significant levels before I make my analysis. Got that level there, which is previous all-time highs. Okay, so I think that's enough trend lines. Let's have a quick look at some indicators. The MACD has been red for a while, but it's trending to the green, so that's going to tick green anytime soon, and that's a bullish indicator. The momentum is coming on the side of the bulls. You can look at the RSI, that's been trending down for quite a while now. We had bearish divergence, which put the price down. As you can see from the past, we had a high over here and then a higher high, but on the RSI it was the opposite. We had a high and a lower high. That has triggered this downward momentum, and I think that's what triggered the price going down all the way to $6.71. You don't have any bearish divergence now. You had a low, a higher low, a low and a higher low, so no divergence there, which is good. Well, it could be better. It could be bullish divergence, but there is no divergence at all. At least it's not bearish. Okay, so with the stock, what would I be doing? We've had the earnings, and the next earnings is 101 days. So the price looks like it wants to continue to the upside. Remember, the trend is your friend. The long-term trend right now is to the upside. The short-term trend was to the downside with these lower highs. However, it looks like we've got higher lows now, and we're trying to trend start trending to the upside and more the short term. What would I want to see to continue this trend to continue being bullish is you see all these highs. This high, then there was a lower 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 high, then there was a small higher high, but then it continued to a lower high. What I want to see now is not just a small higher high. So I want to see a trend change, which would mean this stock price continue going up and breaking all these highs. These highs that were all lower, we want to now see them being broken gradually. That will show that the trend is being changed. We don't want to start seeing us go back down like this. That's not what we want to start seeing. We want to see the momentum in the short term shifting to the upside, having the trend not only at higher highs but also higher lows, which we've started. Now we want to see a higher high, so we want to break $10 this week, for example, and the next week we want to break $11. Then we want to break all-time highs, and we look like we're set up for that position. As you can see, this trend line is broken. The next level to break is $10, and then $12.28. Once you break $12.28, we can have a look at the Fibonacci zones and look at our next target, which would be an area indicated here, which is the 1618, which would be $15. And I'm pretty confident that this stock, the way it's trending, the way it's growing, it looks like it will break all-time highs. And as soon as it breaks $12.28, I think $15.66 can be achieved very quickly. So my buy levels and sell levels for this stock is buying at $6.71, worst case scenario buying at $5, just having limit orders set up there in case of bad news. is not a bad option. Stocks do always surprise us, and it's good to be ready for that surprise. So $5 is my next buy level. Sell levels all-time high $12.28, because there will be resistance, and what I mean by that is it can move up to $12.28, it can move back down, and then you'll have a better entry point to buy back more for the same um, for the money that you just saved from losing. So it's free money, basically free shares. So I'd be selling at $12.28. Again, not my whole bag, but at least a portion of my bag at the all-time highs, because there will be resistance and you can buy back very quickly. And then once it breaks out of 12.28, you can get confirmation and buy back more at all-time highs, and then continue to $15.66. So those are my buy levels and sell levels. The RSI is trending down. It's got plenty of room to move to the upside. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Up here, I'll leave a video that you might enjoy and another one down here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.